The owner of the English Premier League champions Manchester City is selling a minority stake in the club for a cool $500 million. The US private equity firm Silver Lake says it's made the 10% purchase, confirming an earlier report in the Financial Times. It means the owners of one of Europe's richest clubs are worth nearly €4.5 billion. The deal is set to break a record in sports valuations and further fuels English Premier League's international expansion. Well, for more, we're joined here in the studio by Euronews journalist Alistair Sanford. Morning to you, Alistair.
Morning, Rosie.
A sky-high valuation for the Sky Blues. How do they come to this price and what details of the deal do we have?
Yes, absolutely. Well, the deal has now been confirmed by Silver Lake on its website. This investment means it will take just over 10% now of Manchester City's owners, City Football Group. Silver Lake are a global leader in technology investing, according to their website. They were founded 20 years ago, based in California. They'd already been moving into entertainment, and now it looks like the huge pots of money available up for grabs in sports rights are interesting to them. The cash injection will certainly help CFG expand abroad. They're based in Abu Dhabi, and they also, as well as Manchester City, have clubs in China and the US, but Manchester City is by far their big gold star.
It's a record-breaking valuation. How does it fit into the global picture of football's finances?
Well, earlier this year, the accountants KPMG published a list, as they always do regularly, of European clubs' enterprise value. English clubs dominated the list, although Real Madrid came out top. Manchester City were fifth, estimated worth some €2.5 billion. Well, as we've said in the introduction, this would now take the worth of the owning company to well over €4 billion. City would be way above rivals such as Manchester United and other clubs, and they really become one of the world's most expensive sports franchises with this.
If I'm watching at home and I'm a fan, what does it mean for me?
It depends on whether you're a fan of a big glitzy club like Manchester City, or if you're a fan of some of the smaller clubs. Some of the others certainly would be very envious of the glitz and the glamour and the cash that the top clubs do have. There are limits to this, of course. UEFA has financial fair play rules, and City are under investigation for breaching those. In fact, investigators have recommended a ban from the Champions League, and that ruling on that is expected soon. Ultimately, of course, it depends on the success on the field of clubs like Manchester City. They've won the Premier League several times, but they have yet to reach the Champions League final, although they did qualify last night for the last 16 of this year's tournament. Other football fans of those smaller clubs may not be happy at seeing such investment from firms representing countries sometimes whose human rights records, for instance, such as the United Arab Emirates, are criticised. And of course, smaller clubs, like for instance Manchester's neighbours Bury and Bolton, severe financial problems and hit the headlines for those earlier this year. Bury have fallen out of the league altogether.
So thank you very much for more of that information.